Reblog! Oh, hello. I'm Professor Dr. Ryan Larson, P.A., M.D., Esquire, but none of that matters. Today on our program, we'll be examining the recent conflagration of the Kuma Moose worship. Here's 61 minutes. On today's program, we have Professor Jeffrey Weisling, the leading expert on Kuma Moose in the whole world. He's from, I believe it is the University of Alabama, is that correct?
Roll Tide, Professor. Yes. In my blatant 32 years of tenure at Alabama, I've never really come across anyone with any experience that even comes close to mine. You can basically say I'm the leading expert in the world, if not the universe, on the Kuma Moose. Yeah, I know more about the Kuma Moose than the Kuma Moose does about me, or himself. So, yeah, I'm the person to talk to, so thank you, Professor. Now, more about me right now. This ephemeral, blatant, conscriging cringe just comes across. I feel like it's great that I'm on this show today, because I can enlighten you all about this blunderbuss of knowledge that is just awaiting to be shown to the youth. So, thank you, Professor.
Hold on, let me just tweet that real quick. Alright, so I'm going to give a quick little history of the Kuma Moose. Kuma Moose worship started around the 1670s with Joseph of Kent. He found a statue of a moose in the forest in Kent, which is in England, and he started worshipping it. Now, what was interesting about this specific statue of the moose was that it had a rake in its hand. Not just any ordinary rake. This is a different rake than anyone in Kent had ever seen. It was a wean rake. It had weenies on the end of the rake. Alright? Obviously, this is the embodiment of the Kuma Moose's power. Now, as we all know, he is considered to be almighty. And the Windsor line of rulers in England can trace their lineage back to Joseph of Kent and call upon the Kuma Moose's authority to give them their power. So, on today's program, we're just going to have a little quick Q&A with me and Professor Weisling, and he's just going to enlighten you on the Kuma Moose. So, tell us how you first got involved, how you first started believing
in this. I first got involved with the Kuma Moose when I was 2 years old. My parents brought me to this sacrilegious plumage, and I decided to just see what it was all about. So, after a day of sacrificial elements, I realized my dad was dead because the Kuma Moose took him. Now, I realized that the wean rake is a special ability and tool used by the Kuma Moose that can slaughter anyone at will. Joseph of Kent saw this, and his people were some of the first to die by it, which is quite interesting. But, anything else, Professor?
What is your favorite part about the Kuma Moose? What really speaks to you?
Well, the part about the Kuma Moose that really speaks to me is his lack of mercy for everybody. I find it quite interesting that he just slaughters pedantically and quite abstemitically across everyone across the earth. Without any sort of prevalence, he just wipes you out. Now, at Alabama, I spent the last 8 years preparing 2 individuals for their studies with the Kuma Moose. Now, one of them almost died, not because of me, it was because of the Kuma Moose and his wean rake. Now, we went on an expedition for the wean rake. Now, I'm sorry to say that both their parents, both individuals, were instantly killed. We don't know how. But we do have some knowledge that the Kuma Moose did come down when we invaded his temple. Now, we got the writings about the temple from Joseph of Kent. Now, this quite abstemious and qualificacious temple was led to us by my dear brother, now dead, 2 years ago, and we're still making discoveries today.
Alright, hold on one second. I gotta FaceTime my mom real quick. She told me to call her.
I thought you were going to Tumblr her.
You know, FaceTime's just more personal. Hey, Mom. Yeah, I'm doing the talk show right now. I'll be on for dinner. Okay. Yeah, I'll ask him. Alright. She wants me to ask you a question, and it's a sort of odd question. It may seem a little bit rude, perhaps, but she heard a rumor that the wind rake was stolen. Is there any credence to this rumor?
I'm sorry. Did you say the wind rake was stolen?
Yeah. Yes.
How can I simply put this? The wind rake was taken. I don't want to say stolen. Stolen implies that the Kuma Moose let it out of his own power. Now, I believe that he let it be taken from him as a practical joke by Earthlings. Now, the reason I believe this was when I was in his temple, I saw a group of fledglings, and how would I describe them? Cynical beings running out of the temple with wieners on the end of a stick, calling it the wind rake, and saying, "We found the wind rake and we're stealing it." But
are they meese? Are the meese are playing the joke on him, or are they Earthlings?
I think it's the former, but I don't want to be quintessential with you right now, but no, it was not taken, because the Kuma Moose is all-powerful, and I doubt a deity of his caliber would let such...
Well, I mean, as the rumor goes, is he was asleep. They say with a flock of his meeson, they say there's a little hanky-panky going on with another one of the male meese. Could it have been stolen then? And if it was stolen, would he still be almighty?
I don't know how you can be so crepuscular right now, dude.
Back to the question. Okay, back to the question.
Well,
would he be almighty if he didn't have the wind rake?
In hindsight and in short sight, and both in long sight, no, he wouldn't.
Okay, so what we're saying here right now is if someone truly stole the wind rake,
there would be
the
another
Kuma Moose would have no power?
The Kuma Moose would be out, and there would be someone with all of the Kuma Moose's ability and none of his knowledge out prevailing this world right now. And
would you continue to worship the Kuma Moose if indeed the wind rake was stolen?
I don't want to bone blast you right now, but no, I wouldn't.
Alright, well...
I would still continue my studies, but until we find that wind rake. Next time.
Well, thank you for joining us on this program of 61 Minutes, the documentary show. Stay tuned for the future shows. Next week, same time, same day, we're searching for the wind rake. Thank you.
With news in, Google Plus may have just found the wind rake. No, local Nathan's is selling free hot dogs. Sorry, no, that's not the wind rake.
Alright, well, you stay classy, world.